Since ancient times, people have had a need to communicate over long distances, whether it was to warn of danger, call for help, or share important messages. Communication meant survival. But how did it all begin? From smoke signals, drums, to messengers on horseback, the road to the word we know today as a telephone call was a long one. Today, we'll look at why we use phones in the first place and how our communication has changed over thousands of years. From the first postal systems to smartphones in your pocket. Before we could press a button and hear the voice of a loved one, it took days, weeks, or even months for a message to arrive. In ancient times, people relied on messengers, on foot, on horseback, or by pigeon mail. In ancient Rome, there were post offices that could deliver messages hundreds of kilometers away, but it was still a matter of time and reliability. In the Middle Ages, it was the postman. Later, the first organized post offices came along, such as the Thurn taxis in Europe. And then, a revolution. In the 19th century, the telegraph arrived. For the first time, we could send a message in seconds. Short coded messages changed the world. It was the first electronic form of communication, and it was only a matter of time before the next step came, the telephone. The year is 1876. A moment that will change the world forever takes place in an American laboratory. Alexander Graham Bell, an engineer and inventor of Scottish origin, is working on a device that can transmit the human voice over a wire. And then the famous sentence is heard, the first telephone call in history. "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." Bell calls his assistant. Words, not just code or clicks, are flowing down the cable for the first time. It is shocking, unbelievable, revolutionary. People at the time could not believe that such a thing was even possible, that we could hear someone's voice hundreds of meters, or later kilometers, away. And here begins a new era, the era of spoken long-distance communication. The first telephones were large, wooden boxes on the wall. They were connected by human operators in a central switchboard, but that was only the beginning. After decades of phones being firmly attached to wires and walls, another revolution is coming. The year is 1973. A man walks through the busy streets of New York with a strange, large device to his ear. His name is Martin Cooper, and he is about to make the first public call from a mobile phone. The device weighs almost 1 kilo, has a call time of only 20 minutes, and costs as much as a used car. But people don't mind. They are enchanted. For the first time in history, you can make calls without a cable, from anywhere. At first, it's a luxury. The huge bricks are mainly worn by businessmen and technicians. But technology improves. Batteries last longer, phones get smaller, and the price drops. By the 1990s, the mobile phone becomes a symbol of style. Antennas, flip models, the first SMS, and the world is accelerating. A mobile phone brings freedom of communication, anytime, anywhere. At the beginning of the 21st century, the phone becomes something more. It is no longer just a device for calls or messages. It becomes a handheld computer. In 2007, the iPhone arrives, a phone with a touchscreen, without buttons, with the internet and applications. The change is immediate. People start using their phones differently. Instead of "I'll call you," we say "I'll write you," "I'll send you a photo," "I'll join a video call." Communication becomes visual, immediate, connected. We share emotions with emojis, send messages to the other side of the world in seconds. Thanks to smartphones, we carry the whole world in our pockets. Friends, messages, work, entertainment. And even though we make fewer calls than before, we are more connected than ever before. Today's phones are no longer just about calls or messages. They are our pocket offices, cameras, navigation, and entertainment centers. Think about it. In the course of a day, we do dozens of things on them, from work to social networks, shopping to watching movies or playing games. Our phones monitor our health, remind us of appointments, help us plan our entire lives. They are an essential part of everyday life and at the same time a window to the world. But they also lead us to ask, how dependent are we on them? And where can this lead us? Imagine a world where your phone is no longer just a device in your pocket, but something much more. Technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, and wearables will allow us to communicate directly through thoughts, images, and touch, without having to hold anything in our hands. Future phones will be even smarter, more personalized, and perhaps even integrated directly into our bodies. Artificial intelligence will help us not only communicate, but also make decisions, plan, and learn. What if we don't use phones at all? Perhaps new ways to stay connected await us, such as telepathy through devices or interacting directly with our brains. But with great power comes great responsibility. How do we ensure privacy, security, and maintain humanity in the digital world? The future is exciting and open, and we're in it. Imagine if we could communicate without a single word. No calling, no writing, just direct transmission of thoughts. No more misunderstandings, no lost messages. Our thoughts would flow directly to the other person, fast, clear, without boundaries. It's a possible future where words lose their meaning and pure mind and understanding reign in their place. What would you say if it were possible right now? How would communication without words change your life? I would be happy for every like and subscription. Thank you.